Well, would you like to play consistent golf in 2018? Do I hear you say yes, Tiff? That's what I really want to do. Well, don't go anywhere. We're going to work on that and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So, see you very shortly. Hey there, Tiff the Lady Golf Teacher, and welcome to 2018. Happy New Year. Hope you had an absolutely awesome Christmas, a fantastic New Year, and you're ready for action for 2018 with your golf. So we want to make sure that you're playing consistent golf. Firstly though, Janelle, thank you very much. Janelle gave me a new golf outfit for Christmas. Just to say thanks for all the help that I've had with her golf, and I really appreciate it. I love it. So thanks, Janelle. Now, straight on to what we want to be doing for 2018 is really we want to make sure that we're setting some goals. So what I've done for you today is just set up something very, very simple. Now, we can do this by hand. It's only going to take you a couple of sheets to go through, or a few sheets to go through. And I've just made it really, really simple, okay? So remember, what we're aiming to do is to play consistent golf. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to work out what your handicap is and what you ideally want your handicap to be by the 20th of December 2018. So what I've done is I'm just setting an example, and then you can break it down and work through it. But let's say this particular person has a handicap of 45, right? So what the goal is for this person here on this first page that you see is that their handicap wants to be 36 by the 20th of December 2018. Now, that's actually quite achievable. So if you are playing off a 45 handicap, it is achievable. And I'm going to show you how we break it down. But whatever the handicap it is that you ideally want to get at the end of the year, what we then need to do is we need to make sure we break it down into quarters, okay? So as you can see here on this particular sheet here, this is our first sheet. We've just done March to January, April to June, July to September, and October to December. So ideally in December, we want to get the handicap down to 36, okay? So what I've actually done is I've broken it down into little sections. So January to March, so we've just taken, it's about 9 shots that ideally a 45 handicap wants to get to a 36. So we break it down into 4 separate components. So you'll see that what we've actually done is we've taken 2.25 off each quarter. So between January and March, the handicap we want to reach if you're playing off 45 is 42.75. Then when you go to April, June, your handicap you're aiming at by the end of June is 40.5. By the end of September, so between that period between July and September, you want to get to 38.25. And then October, December, the goal is to achieve, especially the 20th of December, which is what we've written down here, is to achieve a handicap of 36. Very achievable. As you can see, it's only about 2.25 shots each quarter. So every 3 months we want to be able to break that down. Very simple then, isn't it? Right? So whatever the handicap it is that you want, even you want to go from 30 to 25 or something like that, break it down into quarters. It's only 5 shots, but how are you going to get from that 30 to 25? You've got to break down into the little sections in each quarter. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So then we move on to the second page. So all we're going to focus on is January to March for 2018, because what we want to do at the end of each quarter is we want to ask ourselves questions, okay? So I've got 7 questions here for you that I want you to write down and then I want you to fill out, okay? So question 1 is, what skills do I need to learn? Now, if you're playing up a handicap of 45, you've got to learn everything, okay? So what I've written down here is full swing technique, chipping technique, putting technique, bunker technique, pitching technique, consistency, focus, right? So that's ideally what this person would need to learn if they're on a 45 handicap. Now, I would ideally say that no matter what handicap you're actually playing off, you need to make sure that you've got all that, okay? You've got to make sure the techniques are in place. Now, question 2, how much time do I play comp each week? Okay, well, this person says that they're playing two times a week, playing competition, okay? currently, question 3, currently how much time do I practice? Well, this person doesn't practice at anything, yet they're expecting to be able to get their handicap from 45 to 36. Not achievable if you put down the answer to question 3, how much time do I practice? If you're not practicing any time, you're not going to get it. I can guarantee you, you're going to really struggle, okay? So question 4, how much time should I practice realistically? Well, depending on time, everyone's different. So I've put this person, because, a lot of people these days are quite busy and so on. So I've just put this person's put down 2 times a week for an hour at a time, okay? Now, everyone's going to be different, so you need to make sure that you apply that. But realistically, if you're practicing 2 hours a week, that's something that's better than nothing. And I would recommend that that's the absolute base of what you should be doing in practice, okay? Number 5, what is the most important skills I must learn right now? So this is the period between January and March. What are the most important skills that you need to be learning right now? So what I've put down for this person with a 45 handicap is they need to work on full swing, chipping and putting, okay? So the most important 3 things that they need to be working on is full swing, chipping and putting. Now, what they then need to work out is question 6, is days that I can practice. So that's what you want to write down, days I can practice. Now this person I've put, for example, they're practicing 2 days a week just for an hour, Monday and Thursday. So that's what they're going to do. And then question number 7 is, what do I practice on my practice days? Okay, so I've put here, for example, a person who's going to practice just two times a week and an hour each time. Let's say Mondays. So this person's going to work on their full swing. So what they need to do with their full swing is that they need to work with their sand wedge, their 8-iron, their hybrid and their driver, practicing their swing and working on getting the technique right. Really important. So especially when you're going from a handicap, especially from 45 to 30, not even to 36, but 45 to 30, you've really got to make sure you get your technique right. So if you're sitting somewhere in between that, make sure you get your technique spot on. Once you get under the 30, you really want to make sure that you're refining technique and you start putting some strategies in place. Really, really important, okay? So, for example, this person for the hour on the Monday is going to be working on their full swing. On the Thursday, they're going to be working on putting and chipping. And again, they're going to be focusing on their technique and getting their technique right. And they're going to spend half an hour on putting and half an hour on chipping. And that's realistically, something really simple. 2 hours a week, 1 hour focus on full swing, half an hour focus on putting, half an hour focus on chipping. Because you can't practice everything all in one hit. But if you section it out and just have those as your focus over the next 3 months, that would really help, okay? Again, this is an example of what to do, but what you can do is you can leave some comments down below and share with me what you're actually coming up with. That'd be absolutely awesome. And really, what you want to make sure that you do is you want to get to work, okay? So those questions, again, I'll just quickly ask them again for you, just so that you've got them in your head, because you can just write them out. All right, so question 1, what skills do I need to learn? Question 2, how many times a week do I play comp? Question 3, how much time do I practice? Question 4, how much time should I practice realistically? Question 5, what are the most important skills I must learn right now? Question 6, what days can I practice? And question 7, what do I practice in those practice days? Okay, you've got it all there. All right, so that's an example that you can see just there that I've just written out a quick mock-up for you, and get to work. I've got to make sure that you start putting that in place, okay? So one other question that I've got, and this is really just something that what you must be aware of. So the final question, so we've got those first 7. So the final question is really, what do I have to be aware of? Okay, so I want you to write that question down. What do I have to be aware of? So what are the things that you must be doing? So it doesn't matter if you're playing from a 45 handicap, you're playing from a 36, a 30, a 25, a 20, 15, even a 10. If you're working on achieving a goal for 2018 and you really want to improve your golf, then you need to make sure that you're doing these things. So you need to make sure that you're refining your technique. You need to make sure that you're having lessons. Now, I actually recommend, if you're actually really very serious about getting your handicap down, then I would recommend that you should be having a private lesson. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have it every week. Maybe you might only need it once a month, okay, just so that you're refining, especially as you get better and better. You don't need to have lessons as much as someone who's just starting out, because you've been working on your technique and you know what you need to be doing. But especially if you're sitting on a 45 handicap, 36-30, you need to make sure that you're actually having lessons. And as I said, I'd recommend having privates for these ones. You want to make sure that you're also attending clinics. So if you've got an opportunity to attend a clinic, you know, I'm sure you are aware that I run consistency clinics on learning how that you can play a consistent game. So I run those quite frequently, so you always keep an eye out for those as well. So always make sure that you're attending some clinics. Practice your technique. It's so important, okay? Very, very important. This is how you get your consistency, is practicing your technique. And looking at videos. As you know, I've got lots of video content out there on my site and on YouTube for you to improve your golf. So the opportunity is there for you to do it. It's just, all it is it's up to you to put the work in place if that's what you really want to do. Don't just think that because you've decided that you want to, you know, achieve a goal for 2018 and really get what you want out of your golf game, but you're not going to do anything about it. You're going to rock up to comp and you're just going to play comp and hope that it all just happens. I can assure you it won't happen for you. It will actually hold you back from improving. You need to actually step away from comp, get out there on the driving range. Sorry, that just stopped. We'll continue on. So you just want to make sure that you're getting out on the driving range, you get out on the practice green, chipping green, practice your shots, practice shots over the bunker, practice shots in the bunker, practice your chipping, practice your putting, putting pressure on yourself, okay? It's really, really important that you work on refining your technique, because I see so many people that really want to become consistent, and that's the number one thing that people come and see me about with their golf is they say, oh, Tiff, you know, I really want to be consistent. I want to make sure that, you know, that it's happening, I can reduce my handicap, or I just want to enjoy the golf. But they're not willing to spend the time working on refining the technique and getting the technique right. And I can guarantee you that if you get your technique right, that's where the consistency is going to come from, is because you're going to have some solid foundations in place. So I thoroughly recommend that you do that, especially for 2018. Don't struggle anymore with your golf. Start taking action. Start doing something about it. If you're frustrated, there's a reason, okay? Now, the reason will be also mental, but usually what I find with people is the technique's not so great and they're really struggling with a technique and they've tried to figure out a way to make things work, which, you know, can hold you back. And also the mental side of golf too, because as you know, it's a very mental game, as you would have experienced, and it starts from day one when you take up golf. It does test you mentally. So you want to make sure that you've got those things in place as well. And, you know, if your goal for 2018 is to go from, say, a 22 handicap down to an 18 or something like that, a lot of it's going to be working on refining technique, and also a lot of it's going to be working on the mental side, because that's where you're really going to make a big difference in your actual golf game. So there's a lot of things for you to actually put together and really work on for 2018. There's an opportunity for you to do that. The world is your oyster, so if you want to ask me any questions, please leave some comments down below. Ask away. I'm happy to help you in any way that I can. If you're looking for ideas of what you need to be working on with regards to drills and so on, leave some comments down below as well, because I can produce some videos for you over the course of the year to show you some various things that you need to also be focused on. So please do that. But I hope you enjoyed today's goal setting session. It's something really, really simple. But remember, it's all about you this year, 2018. Make this golf year your best year yet for your golf. Okay, well, that's what I want to see from you. And I want you to enjoy your golf. I don't want you to get frustrated with your golf. I don't want you to be hard on yourself. I want you to accept where you're at. I don't want you to put pressure on yourself. I want you to be working on the process. Get that right, because all the results will come. Before I actually finish with you, I do know of people that get quite stressed. A lot of people that I've worked with over the years get quite stressed about their handicap, and they start to become quite obsessed about their handicap, and if the things aren't working, then the handicap starts to blow out a little bit. The problem usually is because he's more focused on what the handicap is rather than actually working on getting the processes right, getting a technique right, having a pre-shot routine, getting the mental side right, taking the pressure off, working on specific things throughout the game, making sure they're all happening. So you need to make sure that those are the things that are actually working for you, because really at the end of the day, the result will come if you work on the process, okay? So for 2018, I actually want the theme for you to have this year is to work on the process of your golf, so that you know exactly what you need to do through each part of your game so that you're actually getting it to work the way that you want to. So let's rock 2018. Let's achieve the goals for 2018. So I hope you got a lot of value out of today's video. I'd love it if you could leave a comment down below and share with me what you like best about what you heard today. That'd be absolutely awesome. And if you find that you've got friends that would benefit from this video, it'd be absolutely fantastic if you could share this video, because remember, what we want to do is we want to keep building the lady golf teacher community as big as we possibly can. Okay, not just this big, we want to go this big, okay? Really big, even wider than my arms. And so let's share that love, and remember, leave a comment down below, and in the meantime, tee it high, let it fly. Have an awesome day. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.